Alright guys, this is going to be a review of the Dremel 3000 Dremel rotary tool. Now, when I went down to the Walmart, local Walmart, they had about 3 different Dremel tools like this. And this is the more expensive one of the 3 that they had. They had one that was cordless. And they also had a lower priced corded model that was a fixed speed, and it had basically bushings in it, where this one has bearings inside of it. Let's see, somewhere on here it says it's a variable speed, has an easy twist on the nose for changing accessories a little faster without a wrench. Here we go. It's got ball bearings and variable speed, where the other one is a fixed speed. This has got the variable right here. You can have it a low speed there. And, many speeds in between. You can hear just the sound difference between this and the other is a major difference. Also, this one, for a few dollars more, you can change the brushes in it right there, and the other one is fixed. You can't change the brushes. This feature right here, see, I'm gonna move this camera up a little bit. This is the quick change cap. So this unscrews, and it has that shape right there that matches up with the collet on here. So you can use this to tighten down the collet. Press that button there to lock it, and you can really crank it down, so you don't need to get your wrench out. You just unscrew that and tighten it. And this is one of the mandrels that came with it. And let's show you here. There's another thing. At low speeds, some of these mandrels, they're not perfectly square, let's say, and it ends up kind of with a little bit of wobble in it. So what I've found to fix that, if you're using it at low speeds, you might get a little chopping. Whatever you're trying to sand might end up with little chop lines in it. So what I usually do is I buy the quick change mandrel, and that looks like this here. I've already got a sanding disc on it. Let's take this one off. And put this one on. This is a bigger diameter sanding mandrel too. And you can also tighten it. It's knurled here. You can see the knurling on it. But you really, some things you don't need the wrench to tighten them down. You can just crank on that knurling. But this is a quick change sanding drum mandrel. What you do is you pull on it, and it comes, your sander disc comes right off, and see how that just snaps down and expands out like that, and it holds the sanding disc on there. Slides on real easy. So I'd recommend getting that accessory if you get one of these Dremels. It does come with 18-piece accessory kit, and it shows you all the items you get in there. The main thing is, if you're going to buy one of these for the long run, get the Dremel 3000. It's worth the extra money because you can change out the brushes. and having ball bearings in here, it just runs smoother. It's going to hold up a lot longer for you, because I've gone through probably 3 of these tools. I bought the cheaper ones in the past and they just didn't last. They last maybe a year or 2. This does have a 2-year warranty on it also. I'm not sure if the other, it says 2 years limited warranty right there. It's got the phone numbers. But yeah, I think it's worth, because the reason I buy the quick change, to change it out, otherwise you have to take a little screwdriver and loosen that screw to pull these off. But this is what it all comes with. Different accessories in there. You got a cutting wheel. Let's see if I can get it a little better lighting. The cutting wheel, a couple grinding stones, some polishing wheels, some sander discs, some fine and rough sander discs, more polishing wheels. They even give you a little bit of polishing rouge, polishing compound. See that? Get your wrench. There's actually a little, what is this? This I didn't know was in there. It's like a engraver or something, or a miniature die grinder. It's got a metal kind of a bladed wheel thing. I'm guessing that's for engraving or just for grinding out really small things. Look how small that is. I didn't know that was even in there. This is the mandrel for putting on the polishing wheels. And it's got a little sharpener. No, it didn't come with all these wrenches. It came with just the black one. There, I just have a couple laying around. I threw them in there. So many things in here. So, but it's a nice little accessory kit. So you pay an extra maybe $20. You get all these accessories. You get Dremel that has the bearings in it and changeable brushes. And it seems to me like you have better control. You can change your speed. I like to have the variable speed and a quick change collet on it. Just, to me, it is just worth the extra money. You know, it depends on what you're doing. So, guys, I'd highly recommend it. I had this one for maybe 3 months now. It's working great. I've had off-brand Dremel tools. They weren't made by Dremel. Made like a Harbor Freight one. That didn't last but a year. I've had the low-end Dremels, and they last a year or 2. And this one just, I'm hoping it's better build quality because of the ball bearings and being able to change out the brushes. That's going to last longer. And I've had problems. This part here, this lock mechanism, where this goes into something inside here, locks it so you can change your bits. I had a problem with the Harbor Freight one where it would just click, 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 click. It was stripped out, the little button, so you couldn't even change the collets anymore, like that. So, and it also, the variable speed on the Harbor Freight, that burned up too, and it would only run at the highest possible speed, so you couldn't change the speed anymore. So hopefully this will last a lot longer. I like it. Immediate difference I noticed. The shaft is stable. It doesn't wobble. These sometimes can give you a little trouble. If they're not made quite right, they might have a little wobble to them. Or because there's a piece of rubber underneath here, when you put your standing disc on, it may not be centered on there 100% and it'll wobble a little bit on you. give you a choppy motion if you're trying to sand something real precise. And that's just if you're doing something like I'm doing, sanding little bits of plastic and things. So overall, so far, I'd rate this as the best tool to buy. So if you're in the market for a Dremel and you like the advantages this one gives you, you know, all the different extra little things it's got. And I didn't want the cordless one either, because I'd spend a lot of time charging it. I don't use it. I just use it in the shop. I don't walk around outside using it where I can't run a cord. So that works for me. But depends on your circumstance, what you're using it for, everything. So make your decision on that. But those are the advantages of buying this one, this Dremel 3000, over the cheaper models. And I thought it was worth the extra money. So there you go, guys. Hope that helps you in your decision if you're looking for a Dremel like that. All right, take care, guys.